Hey guys, James here from Replica Reviews. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different. Now, usually you see a lot of my reviews, there'll be of the gun behind me, for example, or CO2 pistols, etc. And we've done a video recently just trying to show, somebody said, oh, shooting PCPs is boring. So we did a video exploring that, and a part of the video was we introduced these. Now, these are Firebird Reactive targets, nice British company. And they're exactly what they say on the tin. They are targets and they react when you hit them. Now they do two versions for air rifle. They do have a whole range for shotgun, centrefire, etc, etc. Now the shotgun ones, they fit inside clays and you fire them up and they are good fun. We'll try and cover those in a different video, but today we're just going to be focusing on the Airflash series. Now these are the ones that are designed for air rifles, specifically sort of sub-12s, etc, etc. Now they do two versions. You've got the normal full-blown loud one that they reckon about 110 decibels, and then more recently, still a while ago, they have these. Now these are the quieter versions. I can assure you they're not quiet. They are still very, very loud, and maybe not one for the back garden. It depends how well you get on with your neighbours. These I personally think give off more of a show. They're a little bit more, there's more smoke, there's more sparks, etc. But that's from the testing that we had. These are definitely more, well, they're louder. Now, one thing I really do like with the Firebird targets is obviously the way they work. It's almost like a binary. You have to hit them hard, and then when you hit them hard, they react and explode, and there's lots of fire, and everybody, it's good fun. But you have to have them, and Firebird themselves say, the harder the background, or the harder the backstop, should I say, the more they react. So they do supply this really useful little backstop. Now the original ones for the guys that have been shooting Firebird, when they used to come in their little cardboard square tube, that was quite good. They came with metal ones. Now the ones now are plastic metal, cost cutting and all the rest of it. However, the plastic ones last longer, in my opinion. They don't corrode as much. You can leave them screwed. They do come with the screws as well, which is quite cool, but you can leave them screwed on your target posts, on fence posts, or whatever, for a lot longer, and they don't seem to react as bad because obviously with the chemicals, when they react, you do get a little bit of corrosion after a while, like you would with anything that involves an explosion of sorts. So these, in my opinion, last longer. So some might say cost cutting. I would say actually it's a step in the right direction. So we've got a pack of each. We've got a pack of the loud ones, and we have a pack of the quiet ones. We've come to our local range just here down in Devon, and we are going to basically put a load out. We'll shoot them and see which ones we think work best. That's cute. Okay guys, as you can see, the colours changed. We've gone from blue to green. Now these are the louder ones, so we're expecting a little bit more of a bang, as well as the flash and the smoke. So let's see what happens. Okay, so after the success of target 1, I basically pushed this one back out to 30 yards, because that was quite loud. So let's try again. We'll put it back on 12 mag quickly. That'll help. So yeah, this as I say, it's one of the loud ones at 30 yards. So this probably isn't going to come out overly great because it's quite a misty day anyway. But as you can see, the smoke is literally just kind of drifting across the range, which is nuts, considering it started all the way over there. But it's a shame it's not a clear day. If we come up yesterday, this would have been awesome. Okay, so Firebird themselves say that you should use the backer that they provide. Obviously, the harder the surface, the better they work. So what I wanted to do is just do a quick experiment. You see, we're going to crow there at 30 yards. I've rested the target in front of his head, and idea being, I haven't put it in a backer, and I just want to see that if moving it around as such, and it has the ability to move and bend and whatnot, is that going to affect the reaction? But, there is only one way to find out. Alright, fire on 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's kind of hard to differentiate between the smoke and the mist here, but you kind of get the idea. There is quite a lot of smoke that comes off these things. Okay guys, so that's pretty much the end of the review. Now hopefully you've enjoyed seeing something a little bit different. The Firebird reactive targets certainly are a laugh. Now one thing that I will mention is obviously when you buy these targets, make sure that you're buying them with the intention of using them quite soon after. What we did notice, the quiet targets that I had, when we opened them up, unfortunately there was quite a lot of corrosion on the back. And obviously with the way things react and things, kind of to be expected, I suppose. But what we did notice is even when you get a good central shot, and it blows the back out quite nicely, they still weren't going off. Now the loud ones were a lot newer. I've only had those a couple of weeks, and obviously we put them out, and yeah, you've seen the results. It is a bit of a laugh. Now I mentioned at the start that the holders are pretty kind of good. Now we use one holder pretty much for the whole of the video, and unfortunately we have managed to kill it. But you get a new one per pack, so it's not like it's it's something you have to invest. It's almost a consumable. It's designed to not last a pack, I suppose. So that was that one there. Now this one did have a magnet in the back, which was really good. We could just stick it onto the metal targets and go from there. This one, however, didn't. It's just a screw in the centre. Either way, worked brilliantly. Now, obviously, they did say on the packaging that they have to be in the holder for them to work properly. We did prop it up against some metal, and it did go off quite nicely. But the best reactions were when they were in the holders. Now, for £10 for 10 of these targets and a holder, value for money wise, you can't go wrong. They are very loud. We actually just, although we're at the club, we're surrounded by farms, we have just had the farmer turn up and ask us who was playing with the rifle or the shotgun, because he could hear it from the farm. And that's the second farmer that's had that. We had it up on our farm, and the guy over the way, he came over and said, what on earth are you guys up to? So they are very loud. I would definitely say, if you're stuck to your back garden, maybe don't go for the loud ones, because they are a little bit ridiculous. The blue ones, the quieter ones, they are a little bit more kind of back garden friendly. Still quite loud, still a lot of smoke, so just obviously let your neighbours know, don't do anything daft. But these ones, definitely, yeah, common sense really. Now we did move them a little bit closer for a few of them. They do say 10 metres, we put them at 10 yards. And yeah, we felt it come back at us, and there was bits flying around. So again, common sense, health and safety. If we had a high-vis jacket on, it probably would have made things safer. But yeah, follow the instructions. They are a really easy way of having an awful lot of fun at your club and just changing things up a little bit. As you've probably seen in one of the earlier videos, people always say, shooting can be boring and all the rest of it. These certainly spice things up. Like I say, £10 for a pack of 10 and a holder. So you can't really go wrong. I'll put a link to Firebird's website in our box, in the little comments box below, for anybody who wants to check them out. Any of your local firearms dealers or gun shops, whatever, should be able to get hold of them. But like I say, any questions, put them in the comments box below. But until our next video, thanks for watching, guys.